Hi, my name is Griffin Paulson. I am a high school physical education teacher. I teach most of my classes in the weight room, teaching a strength conditioning class, and this is my AIP Final Presentation. So the problem that I am seeing is a decrease in student physical activity level. It's something that I've been experiencing not only in my strength conditioning classes, but my general physical education classes as well. And it's something that I'm really determined to try and solve. According to a study done by Silva et al. In 2022, the leading cause for this decrease in physical activity is due to a lack of motivation, lack of time, and social supports. Plain and simple, participation in my classes is trending in the wrong direction, and it is something that me personally and my department are really hoping to try and solve. Some of the potential solutions that we are looking at is using technology. Sultani et al. In 2022 tells us that student motivation and participation in physical activity will increase with the incorporation of technology. Students have phones on them all the time. We're trying to get them put away. We're trying to keep them engaged. We always use the term unplug, but we might as well use that technology to our advantage, and incorporating that technology into our classes hopefully could lead to an increase in that motivation and participation. So some of the different options that I came up with to increase that incorporate that technology into the classroom could be some heart rate monitors. According to Partridge et al. In 2011, heart rate monitors can provide PE teachers with real-time data that they can use for assessments. This is the goal of using heart rate monitors would be to teach the students about heart rate zones. So you have your resting heart rate, your target heart rate, your max heart rate. The students would then spend the start of the term learning how to calculate those manually. So they would find their pulse on their neck or on their wrist, and then write that down in a journal, either during class, halfway through, and at the conclusion of the class. After they understood how that worked and how to find their heart rates, for their second portion of the class, they would start to utilize heart rate monitors. So the training of how to wear them, how to read them, how to start them, how to conclude the use of them, would then be incorporated into the class. Those would give real-time reads, both to the students and to the teachers, of where their heart rates were throughout the progression of the class. At the end of the term, the students would take a survey saying which cycle, whether it was manual or with the heart rate monitors, helped them get a better understanding of their heart rate zones, as well as which one was easier to do and use. A second option would be using an application called MyPlate. MyPlate is a app that you can get on your phone that is used to track food and exercise. Basically, you're tracking your calories in versus your calories out. According to Pennington et al. In 2022, students who can see information visually can be more motivated to perform physical activity. So having that digital readout on their phone that's with them all the time can hopefully help them increase their physical activity. The goal for this would be to have students get an understanding and a knowledge of how to track their nutrition and exercise. So again, tracking that calories in versus their calories out. The students would be given a lesson talking about those things, how to read food labels, how to understand how many calories your body is burning during a workout based on your height, weight, age, things like that. And then they will be given the opportunity to download and use the MyPlate app, where they could incorporate that into their daily routine for a week or so. And then they'd be given a survey at the end of the term that would ask them what helped them, which of the lesson or the application helped them understand the goal of tracking their nutrition, tracking their exercise, and tracking their calories in versus calories out. The third option would be, and the choice that I went with, would be the implementation of Rack Coach. So Rack Coach is a software program used to help with your programming. So like I said earlier, most of my day I spend teaching strength conditioning classes in the weight room. And according to Bedos et al. In 2016, they have found a decrease in motivation when it comes to weightlifting. And that is something that I personally see and have seen for probably the last 5-6 years. This study would involve teaching the kids how to program or perform the correct lifts during their exercises, so during their workouts. So the first 2 weeks of class, they would do what we have done for a while now, and they would, after they maxed out at the beginning of the term, they would use charts that we post all along the weight room walls where they would find their max out number and then the percentage that they're supposed to use for today's day's lift. Go to the percentage, run their finger down the chart, and find that we're lifting at 80% of their 100% or 100-pound max out. They need to have 80 pounds on the bar. Rack Coach takes all that work out. So you input their max out numbers into their database, and then on the tablets that would be at each rack, they would tell the student, this is the exercise you're doing, this is the weight you need on the bar, this is how many sets, this is how many reps, and then it would give them a timer. It would say, you have 15 seconds to set the bar. Okay, once that time's up, you have 45 seconds to complete your sets or your reps, and then you have 30 seconds to rest, and then you move on to set 2. What I would do to conduct this survey or this study would be for the first 2 weeks of class or the first half of class, to perform their programming, their daily workout, the way we had done before. So using the charts on the walls, running their finger down, finding what to do. And then the second half of class, we would incorporate Rack Coach. Put the tablets on each rack with their max out information already inputted into the system, and then allow them to use the technology that tells them what to do, what weight to use, and when to perform the lift. At the end of the class, I would have them take a survey asking them which of the two choices they preferred better and which one they felt made them feel more motivated to participate in class. So the results for the purpose of this class were supposed to be hypothetical. I did actually and am actually performing this study right now. I couldn't do the findings through the timeline of this class, but I have been doing this study for this term. So I've been through 3 weeks of using the charts, and this past week was the first week of using Rack Coach. We aren't done with the 3 weeks of using Rack Coach, but I did go around to a majority of the kids this week on Friday, asking them how they felt about it, how they felt their participation has been, how they felt their motivation has been, and both what I wrote hypothetically and what is realistically happening is the kids love it. The kids feel more motivated. They're looking forward to getting down there. The ease of being able to get to their rack, do the lift right away, has made them feel like they're getting more out of their workout, which is a huge success. Hopefully it continues to go that way. Like I said, I haven't done the survey officially yet, so that was just having conversations with my students about how they felt like it was going. Some of the things that I would say it has been going extremely well. And one of the biggest strengths would probably be the ratio I have of male to female students. It's just about at 50-50. So getting both the male and the female perspective on those things has been great. But one of the major weaknesses that I have noticed is the group that I am teaching with. So like I said, I spend a lot of time teaching strength classes, and I teach most of our strength conditioning 2 classes. So we have, and our strength 2 classes is mostly athletes, so varsity level upperclassmen athletes. So those students are usually going to be more driven, more motivated naturally. So running the same type of study with a strength 1 class, which could be freshman and sophomore athlete, non-athlete, I think would be very beneficial to see how they feel about it. Some of the references that I used during this presentation. Thank you for listening, and hopefully I can continue to learn and grow in incorporating technology into my class, and I can still continue this study that I'm working on now with the survey coming up in a couple weeks. Thank you very much.